Hello and a very, very warm welcome. Wherever you are, wherever you're watching from,
it's going to be interesting today to see how the dry conditions could affect the lifespan of the tyres. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best.
Hello and a very good evening from wherever you are watching from. This is the Australian Grand Prix, of course, brought to you by Next Level Experience, and we are just seeing the drivers lining up. Action-packed is what you should be expecting. The drivers have been practicing. The drivers are ready to give it their all. We have Ghost, who is driving for Hot Wheels. This time around driving for that is Gerald Hamilton, who is unwell. And then of course we also have Marcus, who is driving for Kadugala, again, who is unavailable because of different circumstances. But away we go. The drivers get out. Ghost with a perfect start in there. B-Wall, not the kind of start that he would have wanted, and he gets squeezed right there in the corner, but that is a beautiful overtake by B-Wall, gets himself back in second place. This is the kind of action that we're expecting, but Ibrahim, who drives for that is Arudem, is right behind B-Wall, and separating them is just a beautiful 0.7 seconds. And for the drivers, we have Ghost driving for the Hot Wheels. He's driving that beautiful Mercedes. B-Wall driving for the Guardians F1 team, closing on the leader. And of course, we have Marcus driving for that is Rab Sports, replacing the gentleman Kadugala, who is unavailable. But B-Wall coming in there, trying to squeeze through, but still behind. Remember that there's still no DRS support for these drivers, so they have got to find a way of overtaking. And here comes B-Wall. B-Wall ever embroiled in the battle ahead. You will remember that he was embroiled in some battle in Bahrain. Very unfortunate in Saudi Arabia and Jeddah. But here he is in Australia driving beautifully. What a beautiful corner by that is Ghost. But B-Wall breathing down his neck. Marcus finds himself having to pit already. It seems Rab Sports team do not have a best of luck this season, because this is a second race where they're having to replace their front wing and tires just with one lap driven. On board with B-Wall, and that is Ghost. B-Wall now 0.6 seconds behind the leader, Ghost. Ghost is doing incredibly well, representing Gerald Hamilton, but B-Wall knows that he has got to be composed, he has got to maintain himself if he is able to overtake the race leader, Ghost. But breathing down his neck is Ibrahim Overrudem. And a reminder that is Ibrahim Chizito is not fasting today, so he has all the energy to attack the drivers. Samuel King driving for that is Moving Ads, and if you are looking for any kind of advertising, Moving Ads is your go-to person, because they are the partner for this Formula One championship, and they do absolutely incredible work when it comes to advertising, when it comes to public relations in there. So far, the leaderboard is still as is, and on board we are with B-Wall trying to close. Oh, this is Bismarck, who is trying to close down on B-Wall. That means that Ghost gets a little bit of support there, because if B-Wall is having to defend, then Ghost has the advantage to run away. Oh, and Ibrahim swings a little bit wide. Perhaps he ate a lot of pilau during the Eid festival, and that may be why he's not having a bit of attention. But here he comes again, closing in on the Gardens F1 club driver, B-Wall. Separating them is 0.2 seconds. 3 laps done, meaning that any point now, he will be getting some bit of DRS support. Ooh, B-Wall goes a little bit wide, and they collide, they touch. Oh my goodness. Not the kind of race that either one of them wanted, but I don't think that the stewards will be looking into this incident, given that both of them were swinging back onto the track, and so we'll call that a racing incident. Samuel King is the other driver who is absolutely having a cracker at it from the back of these two drivers, that is B-Wall and Ibrahim. We are on board with Samuel King, who is chasing down Ibrahim Chizito, and that means that B-Wall, well, whenever we get some bit of DRS support, ladies and gentlemen, we could be in for some absolutely stunning overtakes. And 2 collisions in there. Absolutely dreadful moments, because B-Wall was knocked by Ibrahim, and then Ibrahim went ahead and collided with Samuel King, but Samuel King managed to recover himself in there, and the one who has benefited the most is definitely Joel Kamadi, because he's gone from being number 5 to now being number 4, and Ibrahim, who was the one that knocked everyone else, finds himself having to pit. My oh my, I definitely want to join that is the gentleman Ibrahim the next Eid. And Ibrahim comes out of the pit lane, finding himself in the 5th position. Marcus driving for in this place of Kadugala, finding himself in 6th position. But it is Ghost who is ghosting away in Australia. Absolutely not the way that B-Wall wanted this race to go. He started off well, didn't get the perfect start that he wanted, and now we are in the DRS zone. But Ghost, because he's ghosting away from everyone, knows that he's absolutely safe. Joel Kamadi coming through in the DRS zone. On board with Ghost, the race leader in Australia, is absolutely having a crack at it. 4 seconds is leading, that is Samuel King. Joel Kamadi comes in 3rd, B-Wall comes in 4th, and he knows that a lot of work is going to be done if he's going to find himself back in 2nd position, or if he has to chase down the race leader for the track. But here comes Joel Kamadi. B-Wall chasing down Joel Kamadi with 1.2 seconds separating him and Joel Kamadi. And now Ibrahim has had to pit again for a new set of soft tires. This is not the race he wanted to have. Absolutely not the race he was hoping for. But we're on board with B-Wall, who is now closing in on Joel Kamadi. 1 second separating these two drivers who love to race against each other. If you remember them in Bahrain, they gave us absolutely some beautiful cracker. Then also in Saudi Arabia, they had some bit of beautiful fight in there before B-Wall found himself having to fight for some bit of pole positions. Separating them now is 1.1 seconds. B-Wall has got to make sure that he stays on track, he doesn't swing so much, and he gets a go at that is Joel Kamadi. Can B-Wall get DRS support? Now we are in the DRS zone. Can B-Wall take advantage of it? Just not enough. But he knows that now he is getting his man, and Joel Kamadi can see B-Wall in his rear wing, on board with B-Wall. Here we go. Any moment now, we could see an overtake, and Joel Kamadi swings off a little bit. That is not how we wanted to make that turn. And I promised you that that section is where all the drivers are going to have a bit of struggle. On board with B-Wall, 0.4 seconds. Joel Kamadi now gets a bit of a breather because it's 1 second separating him and B-Wall. Here comes B-Wall again, hunting his man. Does he have enough in him? He needs to be able to maneuver that turn, but he's not having clean sweeps in those corners. Struggled with the turns this time in Australia, and an issue that he did not have in Jeddah and Bahrain. But so is Joel Kamadi struggling with those corners. And now separating them is 0.6 seconds. With some bit of DRS support, can B-Wall get the push? And he misses it, but he knows that there's a DRS section coming up again. Both of them struggling with that turn. And here comes B-Wall. 0.2 seconds separating him. He has a look at it. Can he get his man? He's just in the bump. Oh no, and both of them have a little bit of a swing in that turn, and Joel Kamadi runs away from B-Wall. Oh, what a beautiful race this is panning out to be. For that is position 3. B-Wall knows that staying in pole positions is what the team from Gardens will want from him, and absolutely a crack of a race this could turn out to be, because he knows what is expected of him. He's practiced this circuit not once, not twice, but several times, and because Joel Kamadi swung, he's now having to fight for his life because B-Wall is coming in. Does he have enough in the outlane? Yo, no! They touch at sector 3. Joel Kamadi pushes B-Wall off the track. He pushes Joel Kamadi, he pushes B-Wall, but B-Wall is back. B-Wall is back and is willing to go at it again with some bit of DRS support. Here comes B-Wall again. 0.4 seconds separating the Gardens F1 driver and Joel Kamadi. Marcus gets a 3 seconds penalty. If there is anything that the Rab Sport team, F1 team, have done efficiently this season, it's collecting penalties like dominoes. B-Wall and Joel Kamadi, this is where the race is. B-Wall, 0.3 seconds, and now they're entering into the DRS zone. B-Wall needs to remain a little bit focused because this is where it could all come down to. 0.54 seconds. Does he have what it takes? And he goes off track. What did B-Wall do? With no one chasing him, he got a little bit excited. Absolutely got excited. And now he's frustrated with himself because he knows he should have done better. Now he has a whole lot of work to do yet again. 10 laps done so far. Bismarck an overtake on that is Marcus. Well, if there's a battle for last, this is going to be interesting. Well, and Marcus hits the barriers. If the race is not going your way, and we have a safety car deployment for the different teams, an opportunity for a free pitting session here. Safety car deployed, but no one seems to be running into the pit lane. Ghost has chosen not to pit. Samuel King has also voted not to pit. Joel Kamadi has also chosen just to continue with his race. A reminder to the drivers. A reminder that for the drivers, does Ghost want to overtake the safety car? Pit for a new front wing. How many of those he has replaced? I don't know. Probably I could have had lunch on that money. And now still with the safety car, Ghost driving behind the safety car, and everyone now bundling up. This could give us a bit of what you'd call a cracker of a restart. Marcus, for Rab Sports, has collected another 3 seconds penalty. Well, he's no longer collecting dominoes, he's now collecting some bit of jambula. Joel Kamadi knocked someone and he's chosen to go to the pit lane. And now B-Wall gets a bit of a breather. B-Wall is in the pit as well. He had wanted to pit earlier, but now the pit could throw him a little bit out of the positions he wanted to come out from. But here is B-Wall and Joel Kamadi both in the pit lane. Joel Kamadi comes out of the pit lane. And, oh my God, Samuel King losing his front wing. What happened to Samuel King? That could be dangerous for him, because guess what? That means that now B-Wall will find himself yet again in second position, because Samuel King ultimately has to pit for a front wing. It also means we have to spend some bit of more time with the safety car. Well, for the viewers, this is not what they signed up for, because this is going to be what? Almost 3 laps of safety car. And counting. Absolutely counting. Drivers should be reminded at all times to be very cautious. I can see Ghost trying to overtake the safety car. Well, if you were wondering if Ghost is daring, he is really daring the safety car. But what we have all seen is that all the drivers are struggling because of damage and removal of most of the added advantages that we're having. Samuel King enters the pit lane to get himself a new front wing and some bit of fresh tires as well. And in the pit as well goes Ibrahim. Well, Ibrahim is really not having fun today because his front wing has been replaced more than I can remember having a haircut this month. The drivers need to be reminded that they have to drive below a certain speed, but also there is no overtake during the safety car. No overtake during safety car. Ibrahim given a bit of life because he has to catch up with the safety car. Same goes for Marcus as well. They need to drive and catch up with the safety car. Well, imagine you're being overlapped by a safety car. That would be some bit of fun, wouldn't it? The drivers are absolutely struggling with the safety car. Can we have racing back any moment? And Ibrahim, out of session, is gotten himself a DNF. Absolutely a nightmare for Ibrahim, who collided with Joel Kabadi in there. Joel Kabadi, drivers are deploying instant brakes. And now we are racing. A beautiful start by Ghost there, who leaves B-Wall behind him, and B-Wall is having to fight off Samuel King. So there is going to be a battle here. A reminder that for the next 2 laps, none of these drivers is having DRS support. On board with Samuel King. Samuel King knows that any moment now he could be within an opportunity to overtake B-Wall. Ghost is absolutely ghosting away from B-Wall. A reminder that Ghost is driving the Mercedes. B-Wall, Gardens F1 driver, is driving the Ferrari. Samuel King, driving for the Moving Ads team, is driving using the Mercedes as well. And Ghost, the race leader, found himself in the barriers, and B-Wall finds himself leading this race for the first time in this race. This is panning out to be the kind of race that we had been hoping for. B-Wall, Gardens F1 driver, now more than ever has to be the most hunted man, because Samuel King is hunting Ghost, who is in second position, and Ghost, who is in second, is hunting B-Wall, who is in first. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race this is. Marcus, driving for Rab Sports F1 team, has found himself in a very comfortable position in 4th. Joel Kamadi in 5th, but he will not be happy because Ibrahim collided into him, but this comes as a result of the instant brakes. And now we are on board with Ghost, who is chasing down B-Wall. 0.9 seconds separate these two. 0.3 seconds separate, and Ghost is into the pit lane. That means this race is going to be between B-Wall and Samuel King as things stand. And now B-Wall could have a bit of room to stretch this lead. And he's definitely doing that. All he has to do is remain composed. But we also know that there's a commentator's curse. But B-Wall driving a very cool-headed race so far. 2.2 seconds. Well, a reminder, it's now 2.3. Could stretch all the way to 2.4. Samuel King giving it everything in him. The moving ads driver. Marcus finds himself in unfamiliar territory in third position. B-Wall continues to comfortably lead this race. The Gardens F1 club community will be very happy with how their driver is representing them. And Ghost in the barriers again. They collided into him. Joel Kamadi. And this race is still between B-Wall and Samuel King. Kamadi gets himself a DNF because he is into the barriers. Oh no! Not the race Joel Kamadi was hoping to have. And now we have a safety car incident. We have a safety car incident because Joel Kamadi found himself into the barriers. Still the safety car, B-Wall leading this race. Not what B-Wall would have wanted. Ooh, and B-Wall nearly overtaking the safety car in there. Just about. And he had to instantly brake. A reminder to the drivers that they must drive within 40 kilometers per hour. And that there is no overtaking. If there's a happy man in this race, it's got to be Rab Sports Marcus and Ghost. But Ghost will not be happy with himself because he knows that this is a race he could have won. And this is a race he should have won. The question now for the different drivers is, do you pit now for a new set of soft tires to take you through into the entire race, or do you stick it out and just wait until lap 25 where you'll be forced to pit? Decisions for these drivers, decisions indeed. Loses his front wing. The race leader has lost his front wing and he gets a DNF. B-Wall out of nowhere rammed into the safety car. By the end of this race we could have one driver or the safety car. What a race this is. What a race this has panned out to be. The safety car giving all the drivers, and Ghost could have rammed into Marcus there as well. Oh my goodness, what a race. Samuel King absolutely having to keep his head cool. B-Wall has remained in disbelief. You can see the frustration in his face. You can see that this man is absolutely lost in thought. A reminder that you're watching this on the Next Level Experience YouTube channel, but also on NBA Sport and Ad From Mobile. My oh my. My oh my. What a race this is. Jesus Christ. What a race this is. And soon the safety car could be letting us race yet again. The drivers are absolutely struggling. They are having a nightmare with the safety car. B-Wall has remained seated in his car in utter disbelief. They are, and we will be racing in a matter of, we are good to go. Samuel King gets a perfect run away. Marcus following him closely. Ghost ever so closely. I mean, we're keeping it at that because the rest of the pack has gone for break T. And here comes Ghost on Marcus. Marcus on Samuel King. This is going to be absolutely beautiful to watch. A reminder that for the next 2 laps, no one, and I repeat, no one is going to get DRS support. Here comes Ghost. Can his car power through Marcus? He seems to have enough in him to power through Marcus. Yes, he does. Ghost powers through Marcus and gets himself in second position. But Samuel King is drifting away on board with Ghost now, who is chasing the race leader Samuel King. And finally, B-Wall is able to leave his car. And these two are colliding. Ghost and Marcus having a go at each other again. And Marcus pushed a little bit wide. Ghost gets himself up. And these two could find themselves colliding yet again in turn 1. They collide, they touch, and that's it! Both of them taking themselves out of the race. Marcus with no wing. Ghost. Oh no. A race of so many incidences, a race of so many DNFs, a race of so many yellow flags or safety car. But this is a virtual safety car and the drivers can still have a go at it. But Marcus is driving with no front wing. Marcus is absolutely racing with all nearest, and he goes way off and now into the pit lane. He enters. And Marcus and Ghost has also lost the front wing. Ghost, who was going in for second, now may have to find himself pitting for a new front wing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a race for pitting. Marcus coming out of the pit lane, finding himself in third position. Ghost trying to give it everything and push and avoid having to enter the pit lane. But for how long will he be able to race with that damaged front wing? Samuel King could be looking. He's seeing everything behind him and is absolutely enjoying the news that his team are giving him about what is happening in the back of the grid. For Marcus, if I'm him, I'm just going to be calm, drive my race, because either way, I'll finish third. And Ghost has had to pit for a new front wing. His race has gone from worse to worse. And Ghost is going to come out ahead of Marcus. Marcus, who has just made the final bend to the turn, and Ghost comes out still ahead of Marcus. But now this should be interesting. Marcus driving with soft tires. Ghost pitted for some mediums. And this could be interesting because Marcus has gotten well within an overtake opportunity. And there goes Marcus, but Ghost keeps on swinging all over the place. Here comes Marcus. Can he go for second position? Can Ghost drift away from the Rab Sport F1 driver? A reminder that Marcus has been collecting some bit of penalties earlier on in the race, and so whatever he does, he has got to overtake Ghost and go ahead of him, create a bit of what you'd call probably a 10-second gap if he's to finish second. But he does love those curbs, doesn't he? And the grass as well. If I'm Marcus, like I said earlier on, just race it and take home the third position. I know that Rab Sport F1 team will be happy with that result, because his senior driver Kadugala has not been able to perform to his liking this season. Samuel King driving for Moving Ads. A reminder that for Moving Ads, with Moving Ads, you get the best advertising, but also the best publicity if you are looking for it. So find them in Muyenga. Yeah? No, they are not in Muyenga. I've sent them in the wrong position. They are in Mutungo. That is where you can find them. Of course, Mutungo, Chigaga area, if you know where that is. This race, challenging for drivers. Fastest lap being set by that is Samuel King. Rather Ghost in there. who is trying to close the gap between him and Samuel King, but that gap is a whole 25 seconds. At this rate, Samuel King could go to McDonald's, get something to eat, and still come back a race leader. 4 laps to go. Samuel King continues to lead this race. And we have a yellow flag. Samuel King is now having way too much fun that he started to go off the track. But still, he maintains the gap between him and Ghost, 25 seconds. Look at Samuel King, absolutely drifting away. And separating Samuel King and Ghost now is 15 seconds. Can we have a KGN to this race? Well, if it was going to be dramatic, it has been dramatic. It has been entertaining. But it's taken out drivers. No points for B-Wall, no points for Joel Kamadi, no points for Ibrahim, who drives for Arudem. And now Samuel King has got to maintain composure because 3 laps to go, 15 seconds separate, 14 seconds separating him and Ghost. And Marcus wanted to kiss some bit of barriers. Just needs to be composed and take some points home. Samuel King looking at taking home a win in Australia. Marcus has had to pit for new sets of tires. Rab Sports will be happy with that pit lane, but in the end, they know that they need to just maintain this race and go ahead and finish third and take home some points, something that they have really struggled in the last races. Marcus has collected 3 seconds of penalties. These guys no longer, Rab Sports needs to be written about when it comes to collecting penalties. They don't collect them for anything. It's like they're collecting Jambura. 1 lap to go. One lap to go. Samuel King needs to race the race. Any moment we could be having a new race winner. We could have Samuel King winning for the very first time in Australia. Samuel King, look at him on board with the race leader who is just drifting away. Having a beautiful race. There goes Samuel King. Now pushing for the final lap. Will these three drivers complete the race, or will we have another moment of madness in this race that has offered us nothing but DNFs and lots of drama? We've had more safety cars in this race than we've had in the entire last season. We've had more DNFs in this race than we've had in the previous seasons. Samuel King in Sector 2. Now enters Sector 3. Here comes your race leader. Here comes the driver of moving ads. Looking into the possibility of winning for the first time in Australia for the moving ads team. This is the moment that they have been waiting for, and here comes Samuel King, and he wins in Australia. Samuel King wins for the first time in Australia for moving ads, a result that he and his team will be very, very happy with. Goss comes home to second, and can Marcus come home to third? Oh, could he find himself kissing the barriers again? Marcus looking for the checkered flag as well. It's just in Sector 3, but we will go all the way with him to the checkered flag. Here comes Marcus for Rab Sports. He can now take a breather because he's come home to third position for Rab Sports F1 team. Listen to the roar of these fellow drivers. They know what this race has been like. What a race. What a race this has been. And the driver of the day is Samuel King, who also happens to be the race winner. This race has been brought to you by Next Level Experience and Moving Ads. What a race!
My name is Kadugala. I'm racing under Arab Sport for the Formula One Esports Championship. This is season 2. My expectations for this season are going to be intense wheel-to-wheel racing. The drivers have really shown that there's going to be a lot of capabilities from each one of them. So no blinking. You sleep, you snooze, you lose. So we are going all out for this, and may the best racer win.
Hi, my name is B-Wall. I'm racing for the Gardens Formula One Club. This season is going to be exciting. It's going to be filled with drama. It's going to be filled with a lot of tension. There are a number of drivers who have been promoted from F2 to F1, so it's going to be bumper to bumper action. I'm looking forward to a very exciting season. It's going to be fun.
My name is Joel Kamadi. I'll be racing for NBA Sport this 2023-24 season in the Esports Championship. My expectations for the season, I do expect to better my finish last season when I finished on the podium, third place. But this season proves to be a tricky one because, like I've heard, people have upped their game, and it promises to be a very difficult season. But I mean, all the best drivers live for moments like this. You live for moments where, you know, the season is tough, the season is hard, you have to up your game. I had a couple of podium places last season and a couple of wins last season, and I expect to repeat that this season.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Jared Hamilton, the reigning
lap gets underway and every driver will be looking to settle into the racing.
Hello and a very, very warm welcome to Azerbaijan, where we are going for a street race. And if you saw what happened in Australia, you ultimately know that this could be another disaster class or another entertaining race for you, the viewers out there. But importantly, we are on the formation lap, and like I said earlier on, that this race has two DRS zones, and as such, the drivers have a lot, and I mean a lot, to work with. And it's lights out, away we go! Not a great start by the P-Wall, who started on pole position. Now finding himself and they collide already! P-Wall takes out, that is Samuel King. The man who won in Australia has been taken out in turn 1. And now P-Wall leads this race, followed by Joel Kamadi, Marcus in third, Ibrahim in fourth, and Ghost is in fifth. Samuel King finding himself in a place where he definitely did not want to be. Not a good start for Samuel King because he got clipped by P-Wall at turn 1, and here we go in the castle lane. Drivers going at it. Gerald Hamilton. And front wings are going flying here. That of Marcus. And that means he has got to pit. It's P-Wall leading this race, Joel Kamadi in second, Ibrahim is in third, and now P-Wall is in the pit lane. Everyone getting into the pit lane. Bismarck has found himself a little bit in the barriers as well, and now a virtual safety car has been deployed. This race, we may not have a race as things stand. Now P-Wall, who was leading this race, now all to do. Ibrahim, who leads this race. Samuel King in second. And now we are green light to go. P-Wall is in third. Joel Kamadi is in fourth. Ghost is in fifth. And Marcus is in seventh, is in sixth. Ibrahim driving for Autodrom. For the first time, he leads this race. Samuel King is in second. The man who won in Australia comfortably and emphatically. Biol in third position. And now Ghost is joining the party. Marcus has gotten a DNF. He's out of this race. Struggled he did in the previous race, but now he's entirely out of this race. And we have a Baku safety car deployed. As I promised you earlier on, if Australia was going to challenge these drivers, expect Baku to test their resolve, to test their patience, to test everything that they have. A good race by Biol so far. And now we are back on green lights for these drivers. Samuel King finding himself in familiar territory, but not for long, because Ibrahim is leading this race. Samuel King having a 15-second gap on Biol. Joel Kamadi, not a happy person with himself. Samuel King setting fastest lap. Samuel King has his eyes set on the driver of Autodrom, and that is Ibrahim Chizito or Bismarck. Marcus cannot believe his misfortune. Lost he is in thought. Samuel King now with 0.8 seconds on Ibrahim. We could be in for some bit of some race action. A reminder that this street circuit is going to give these drivers a taste in everything as we get into the castle. There goes Ibrahim. And he gets a 1.1 second advantage on Samuel King. 1.3 seconds now. That could be just some bit of breathing space he needed. Ibrahim. Samuel King has to be patient, has to be confident in the fact that he has a good car and he can be able to chase down Ibrahim. On board with, that is Samuel King, who is chasing down Ibrahim. Samuel King not letting the gap between him and Ibrahim get to 7 seconds. If you dropped a pin in this room, you could hear it. Ooh. Beautiful turn by Ibrahim there. And there they come. Samuel King closing down, looking for that DRS support, but he needs to get close enough for him to get DRS support. So he's got to push, he's got to hunt his man. Biol trying to catch up with the chasing with the leading pack as well. But he is way behind. 15 seconds behind Samuel King, who is in second. We are following these two leaders ever so closely. This is where it all comes down to. 0.6 seconds separate these two. B-Wall
very disgruntled.
Bismarck leads this race. Ibrahim racing for Rudem. B-Wall in second. Now Ghost in third. Samuel King in fourth. Joel Kamadi in fifth. Six laps done so far. We apologize for the audio that you may be getting. There goes your race leader. Is absolutely flying away from B-Wall. And B-Wall is struggling with the corners today. And now the gap between B-Wall and Ghost is down to 5 seconds. Samuel King in fourth. Joel Kamadi laughing at everything that has gone in so far in this race. We apologize for all the echoes that you may be getting from the commentary. The technical team is working on it. Lap 7 of this Azerbaijan race. Lap 7 in Azerbaijan. That is your race leader, Ibrahim Chizito, who is absolutely enjoying himself this time round. The previous races, he struggled with drivers ramming into him. He struggled with getting knocked from the back. But this time round, creating an absolute big gap between him and Ghost in second. 19 seconds separate Ibrahim and Ghost, who is in second. Samuel King 9 seconds behind Ghost. B-Wall 11 seconds behind. That is Samuel King, and just 8 laps of this race in Baku have been done. on board with race leader Ibrahim Tizito.
On board with Samuel King. Biol is into the pits. A race to forget for the Gardens F1 driver. As I promised, Baku will challenge these drivers, and indeed it is challenging these drivers, testing everything about their comfort, about their composure and patience. We apologize once again for the echoes that you're getting from the commentary. The technical team is working so hard to find out what is causing all that. But Ibrahim knows that he needs to keep calm, he needs to keep composed. He is the race leader with a 16-second gap on Ghost, but Ghost is driving an absolutely incredible race. In seconds is where he finds himself. Biol now an entire half a minute behind Samuel King. Marcus got a DNF earlier on in the race, and now we have Samuel King in the pit for a new front wing. That is going to be very pivotal for Biol, because now he could find himself just edging so close to that is Samuel King. Samuel King now out of the pits. And he is 33 seconds behind Ghost, but 21 seconds, over 16 seconds ahead of Biol. That is very, very important for Biol, who is struggling for third position. This race was meant to be exciting. This race has become about how efficient some drivers are in driving. And the race leader has elected to pit now for a new set of medium tires. What will this mean for the race? Because now Ghost has second charge of this race. Remember that Ghost is driving in the place of Gerald Hamilton, who has not been well enough to be Ibrahim making the first bluff and finding himself behind Ghost, but by just 3 seconds. This could count for so much at the point when Ghost is yet to pit. Once again, we apologize for the echoes that you are receiving from this race. There goes Samuel King. Ghost continues to lead this race with 3.7 seconds ahead of Ibrahim. Samuel King comes into third, 31 seconds behind Ibrahim, and B-Wall comes in fourth, 16 seconds behind Samuel King. Ghost continues to lead this race. Ibrahim in second position. Samuel King in third. B-Wall in fourth. Joel Kamadi in fifth. And Marcus out of this race. We need something special to reactivate this race. We need something crazy for this race to come back to life. What will it take? What will we need for this race to come alive? 13 laps done so far. The Gardens F1 garage clearly not understanding what has gone wrong for their team today. And fastest lap being set by Ghost there. Safety car has been deployed. Joel Kamadi is in the pit lane. Drivers are reminded to drive below a certain speed. I believe that the audio is now much better to you all
our viewers out there. Ibrahim now leads this race as Ghost has pitted for some hard tires. He's pitted for medium tires. Comes out behind Ibrahim. Ghost in second. Samuel King in third. B-Wall in fourth, and Joel Kamadi is in fifth. Joel Kamadi is almost a whole minute away from the rest of the pack. This is going to be very interesting for Ibrahim because he's now finding himself where he has to maintain his speed so that he doesn't collide into the safety car. An incident that we saw with the race leader that is Australia, when B-Wall rammed into the safety car. But this is good for B-Wall because now he finds himself in third position. And they have got to catch up with the safety car as well. The drivers cannot overtake during a safety car, and they cannot drive beyond a certain speed. On board with the safety car that leads this race. Ghost trying everything he can to warm his tires. Ibrahim in first position, Ghost in second, B-Wall in fourth, in third rather, and now chopping down those seconds. Is now just about 10 seconds behind. This should be very important for the Guardians F1 club team because that means that when the restart starts, they will be in a very prime position as well to have a crack at it. Now 5 seconds behind. 4 seconds behind is the Guardians F1 driver. And someone has been rammed into. Samuel King has lost his front wing. It means the safety car has been redeployed. That means we are going probably for another 2 laps of this chaos. I remember I said that we needed something to reactivate this race, and it seems we've been given 2 safety cars. That could also mean that at the restart, we risk having another safety car coming into the picture.
Still behind the safety car is Ibrahim, who leads this race. B-Wall enters the pit yet again just when he had gotten close to the chasing pack. He's gone in for another front wing. The drivers getting challenged by the removal of assists in here in Baku. That means that B-Wall now comes out behind Joel, that is Joel Kamadi. Ibrahim leading this race. He's probably the first person to drive behind the safety car and not knock the safety car. What a calm drive by the Autodrom driver. A reminder that this race is brought to you by Next Level Experience alongside Moving Ads. Still with the safety car, which should be ending anytime soon. Could be in for a beautiful restart. All the cars are now piling up and the safety car has entered into the pit lane, which means we are now green light to go. And there goes the race leader. Ibrahim gets a very good restart there for himself, leading this race ahead of Ghost, ahead of, that is Joel Kamadi, ahead of B-Wall. But the pile-up is interesting. This is what we needed. Could this be the kind of restart this race needed? And there goes Ibrahim into the wall. Loses his front wing with no one chasing him. He rammed into the barriers. No! Ghost now leads this race. Joel Kamadi comes in second. B-Wall is in third. Ibrahim is in fourth and he has to pit for a new front wing. Samuel King is in fifth. Ghost leads the race. Joel Kamadi also swings off the track, and that allows B-Wall, the Gardens F1 club driver, to go ahead into second position. Oh no! Ibrahim yet again into the barriers, and another safety car has had to be deployed because Ibrahim just could not keep on the track. And Ibrahim is out of this race for the second time this season. Ibrahim finds himself out of a race.
Ghost leads this race. A 3.7 second advantage on B-Wall, who is in second. Samuel King in third. Joel Kamadi in fourth. If I'm Joel Kamadi, I take my time and race this race and get some points home. But the safety car is deployed, which means that the pileup is going to come again, and that could also mean another, just about another opportunity for chaos. Ghost continues to lead this race, and Ghost continues to lead this race. Now a whole 5-second advantage on B-Wall, but we expect that gap will be reduced significantly. B-Wall gets close. Samuel King is into the picture as well. Joel Kamadi will be joining this party very soon. If he can push ever so much and get closer to where all the action is. As the track is being cleared of Ibrahim's car. The safety car is going to punish these drivers, so we have to watch them and see how everyone is composed and trying to take advantage of these circumstances. "19 laps of this race have been done so far. And now we are back racing. 20 laps of this race have been done so far. Ghost leads. B-Wall is in second. Both drivers get a very good restart to this race. It's all about composure in this street race in Azerbaijan. You don't want to be the driver that joins Ibrahim and Marcus at this point with just 6 laps to go. Joel Kamadi is in third, and Samuel King, who won in Australia, finds himself in fourth. And Joel Kamadi just about loses it a bit. So much tension. The race leader Ghost needs to get new tires. Joel Kamadi is into the barriers and now he's pitted. But it's a virtual safety car and everyone is pitting. This is advantage Ghost because he had just pitted and now he comes out with a virtual safety car, meaning he can go ahead and race this race comfortably because everyone who was ahead of him had to pit. The sigh on all these drivers, concern and despair. There goes your race leader, Ghost. Absolutely flying away with just about 5 laps to go to this race. Five laps to go in this Azerbaijan Grand Prix that is being brought to you by Next Level Experience, ESPORTS and Moving Ads. Ghost into the pit. He goes. Can Bewell close that gap? A beautiful pit stop for that is Ghost. But here comes Bewell. What could separate them could just be a second. And indeed, Bewell comes right behind. That is Ghost. And now, these drivers are going to have to go and give a crack at it yet again. Samuel King into the pit lane. The winner of the Australian Grand Prix is having a race to forget. If I'm the team principal, I'm going to ask you what happened to the investment we were making for Azerbaijan, because in Australia you delivered. On board with Bewell and Samuel King, and Ghost, a difference of 0.8 seconds. Bewell is hunting his man, edging ever so close. 0.7 seconds separating these two drivers. The Gardens F1 driver seems to have that bit of pace when he's on the straights, and that is proving to be the difference because it's now 0.3 seconds separating these two. We are on board with the two drivers. On board with Bewell, looking for the overtake. Does he have enough to overtake Ghost? And Ghost is holding on, but for how long will he hold on? Bewell looking for the overtake, and he gets the overtake. Does he have enough to maintain the first position? Yes, he does. And now he's running away from that is Ghost. What a drive from the Gardens F1 driver. This is going to be beautiful because now Ghost is also hunting
And here comes Ghost on B-Wall in the corner and he knocks B-Wall. They collide. Oh my goodness. This can only be an advantage to Joel Kamadi, and Ghost does what is honorable, gives B-Wall back his position. Ghost gives B-Wall back his position, and now they will have a crack at it again. This is the real next level experience that you wanted to have in your esports championship. And these two drivers are giving us an entertaining end to this race. Ghost swings off a little bit. But Ghost is hunting B-Wall yet again. 0.7 seconds. He is seeing an opportunity here. The championship leader sensing an opportunity like no other. 0.3 seconds. This is it. On board with Ghost. Looking to create some bit of havoc here. B-Wall maintaining his composure. A win is all that B-Wall is looking for. Nothing short of that. But will Ghost allow him to? 0.5 seconds separating these two drivers. Look at that. On board with Ghost, who is hunting down B-Wall. 0.5 seconds separate these two drivers. We're going to keep it at these two. On board with Ghost. 0.4 seconds. This is the kind of pressure you don't want to find yourself in. And Joel Kamadi DNFs just when he was in absolutely brilliant position. And it's a virtual safety car deployed. But Ghost and B-Wall are having a got it. Ghost could be going in for the overtake. Does he have enough? Yes, he does. Gets just about the length of a car to overtake B-Wall. But B-Wall comes back right ahead of him and retains his position. This is beautiful stuff if you're watching from wherever you are. And Ghost yet again knocks B-Wall. Advantage Samuel King. Ghost gives back the position yet again. Ghost has had challenges overtaking B-Wall at every opportunity. B-Wall now with 0.9 seconds, 0.7 seconds ahead of Ghost, who is in second. The last two races have only left us with 3 drivers. What a season we are having. What a season. B-Wall has to remain composed, absolutely composed, because with 1 lap to go, he could find himself winning this race in Azerbaijan.
But will Ghost allow him that opportunity? 0.7 seconds separating these two drivers. This is now where the race is, because Samuel King may just have to settle for third position. Here comes Ghost. He's being calm this time round, and he gets some DRS support, but not enough room for him to take advantage of it. Here comes Ghost again, attacking B-Wall. These two are really having a crack at it. There we go. 0.5 seconds. Brilliant racing by both drivers, ensuring that they are not letting the racetrack out of their sight. B-Wall with 0.6 seconds on. Ooh, will that cost B-Wall? Let's wait and see. 0.5 seconds separate these two. Here comes Ghost attacking B-Wall. There comes Ghost. 0.3 seconds. Will he overtake him at the finish line? He's overtaken B-Wall with the finish line in sight, and Ghost wins this race in Azerbaijan. A brilliant race by B-Wall, but a brilliant race by Ghost, overtaking him just with about 100 meters to the finish line. B-Wall gave it everything, but a brilliant race by Gerald Hamilton brings this race that was boring at the beginning to an entertaining end. What a race, and what an end, what a spectacle of a race this has been. Samuel King will come home to third in Azerbaijan. Ghost is also the driver of the day.